What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new StarCraft 2 video. This one is between two players on the WCS Pro circuit. Spawning here in the top left hand corner of Acid Plant LE, playing with the red Zerg pieces. He's currently up by one game and wants to keep this series rolling in his favor. His name is Snute. And his opponent, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of the map, playing with the blue Zerg pieces. He's currently down in this series, but certainly not out of it just yet. His name is Stephano. Okay, so game number 2, guys, in this best of 5 series that was played at the WCS in Austin, and was, of course, one of the games within the round of 16 of that tournament. In game number 1, it felt like there was a little bit of some back and forth, but Snute just overall, from pretty much right off the rip, when there was that possibility that Stephano was going to have a little bit of an edge, or was going to go for a little bit of a timing attack, Snute saw it with two Zerglings and ended up being able to kind of create and construct the necessary structures in order to hold on. So his defense was very much so on point, and then his offense, that kind of just translated to incredible offense by Snute, and just kind of overwhelmed Stephano in the later stages of the game. The question is, though, what does Snute do in this game now to go up and take a commanding lead in this series? So it looks like he's going to go for that hatch gas pool opener, so very standard on his end. The same can be said for Stephano. So you'll see at the top left-hand corner of the production tab, a lot of times in the early stages of the ZvZ matchup, you'll see very, I guess you could say, similarities in the production tabs early on in the game. And then when you start moving into the later stages of the game is when you generally see kind of the strategies really coming out of these players as to what it is that they plan on doing. And strategies are consistently evolving in StarCraft 2, and that's why, you know, it is the real-time strategy game of our time. And so, you know, the narrative, of course, is kind of, you know, okay, it's building around, okay, Snute's defense translated to great offense. But here's the other thing, is Stephano. Okay, so what is he going to do to try to get back into this series? What is he going to do? And I mean, for me personally, if I'm in his scenario, I feel like I would get a little bit aggressive once again and maybe go for some more timing attacks. Snute plays, generally speaking, a very standard kind of game, a standard like macro focus game. He will, of course, get aggressive at times, but it seems like more times than not, you are going to see him pretty much play a pretty standard game. That said, it looks like Snute is going for the quick third hatchery. The same can be said for Stephano, and still very similar in those production tabs, as the Baneling nests are going to be coming out. So we're going to be seeing Banelings, metabolic boost is being researched at this point, and a lot of Zerglings are on that production tab for Stephano. Baneling nest is going to be finishing up here shortly for both players, and it looks like this is where it's going to get interesting, because a lot of times in the current, you know, in the meta, you see, of course, Zerglings into Banelings into Roaches, and then as the later stages of the game go, a lot of times you'll start seeing those Hydralisks possibly, and maybe even those higher tier hive-based units in the later stages as well. So here we go. This is where there's just ends up being just so much. It's so chaotic. Things are going on all over the map, and it does look like a handful of Zerglings are going to go after that third base location of Snute. And here we go. It's going to be that jawing back and forth that's really going to give us the tail of the tape. Banelings are also going to be coming out here or morphing in here very, very shortly. It's all going to come down to these Baneling hits. Got to be very, very careful. You do not want to lose these, all these Zerglings for practically, you know, free. But here we go. That tossle, that jostling back and forth is what the ZvZ matchup is all about. And it does look like a lot of Zerglings are starting to move across the map now for Snute. He's also getting that Roach Warren out. So the question is he going to go for a possible timing attack here, as we're seeing both players are starting to try to kind of get a feel for one another. We see an Evolution Chamber coming in now for Stephano. And it does look like more and more Zerglings are being added to the mix, whereas that Roach Warren, it looks like Snoot's starting to give us a kind of a feel for what he's thinking at this point, as he's trying to go for his counterattack of his own. Zerglings are starting to get this round on that queen. They do get a queen. That is a nice pickup for Snute. And it looks like Stephano might be in a little bit of some trouble. Looks like a lot of these Zerglings do go down, and the surround is happening on Stephano's third hatchery. So here we go. Once again, we're seeing the Roach Warren that's going to be coming out. We see an Evolution Chamber coming in now for Snute as well. So while this has all been going on, and Snute is really doing a good amount with a small handful of Zerglings, he is now backing this up with more Roaches. We're going to be getting some Roaches out. The lair's going to be coming in now for Stephano. But there is just a constant wave of red that is moving across the map. And if Stephano, oh, beautiful Baneling hits. It does look like if Snute is able to go ahead and get a lot of, if he's able to get this third hatchery, that could be huge for Snute. Here we go. Snute is going ahead and he's getting a lot of value out of small numbers of Zerglings, as he is just doing a ton of damage going after so many drones. Drone after drone is going down, and now here we go. The Roaches are moving out. It looks like this is going to be a possible all-out assault, as Stephano is being forced into a corner. He is going to have to do something at this point. If he can hold on, he'll be able to possibly live another day. But so many resources are coming out of Stephano at this point, and this is what it's forcing. And behind this, Snoot's going ahead and he's getting that lair out. So that lair, he's going to be able to get those higher tier lair-based units, but 14 Roaches on that production tab. And it does look like the Roaches are moving across the map. So many Roaches, and this is where it's going to get very scary for Stephano if he is not able to hold on. Beautiful micro here, getting those, morphing in those Ravagers. So we're going to see a couple of Ravagers coming out as well. The Banelings and Zerglings. Now we are starting to see more and more resources coming out of Stephano. Is he going to be able to hold on though? So many Roaches are moving across the map here. Oh my god, the amount of damage that is being dealt is actually quite devastating to Stephano right now. It looks like those Banelings are going to try to get some of those hits, but it just looks like there is just so much red moving across the map, and there's just reinforcements galore. Stephano, can he hold on much longer? Snute wants to take a quick 2-0 lead over his opponent at the as we pass that 7.5 minute mark. The question is Snute going to go 2-0 in this series? It sure looks it, because Stephano's supply is absolutely plummeting. Oh my god, the amount of devastation and destruction coming out of Snute. Beautiful play here in these first couple of games, reading his opponent like a book. Snute is absolutely dominating when it comes to just outsmarting his opponent right now, as so much damage is coming in. And it's just a strength in numbers. More and more units moving across the map. Can Stephano hold on much longer as his supply reaches close to 50 supply? So much damage coming in here. Wow, Snute absolutely just playing, dominating his opponent at this point, and more Zerglings and Roaches trying to seal the deal, hitting in multiple angles at once. GG is called, and Snute takes a quick 2-0 lead over his opponent. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Snute and Stephano, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I'll see you guys all in game number 3.